פתאום אתה שם לי את זה. מה אתה עושה?
עדלה.
אוי.
אופה, נפל.
As a child, I found myself drawn to the religious rituals of Judaism. Havdalah marks the end of the Jewish Sabbath, separating from the holiness of the day to the profane of the rest of the week. Now, as a young adult, I feel like I am balancing on the flame, on the border between being a religious and secular Jew. Every time I meet an Israeli, I get asked the same question. When American Jews think of Jerusalem, they think of the old city, the Kotel, men in black hats. I asked different Israelis by the Kotel what their Judaism looks like and whether it can happen outside of Israel.
הדת היהודית היא בשבילי דרך, והדת קודם לכל.
צריך לשמור על המסורת של יהדות, לכבד את היהדות, להעביר את זה לילדים שלנו, שיהיה המשך. זה לא רק להיוולד יהודי.
אפשר להתפלל לקדוש ברוך הוא מכל מקום בעולם. הקדוש ברוך הוא נמצא בכל מקום. אני חושב שיהודי יכול להיות גם יהודי טוב בחו"ל, אם הוא רוצה.
יהודים שגרים בחו"ל, זה רצונם להיות בחו"ל, זה מכובד, הם יכולים לקיים את ההלכות. גם אלה שגרים בחו"ל, יש להם תפקיד. אני לא מאמין שהם יושבים בחו"ל, הם יושבים שם בחו"ל מסיבות שלהם.
I'm glad that even here in Jerusalem, people think that Judaism can exist outside of Israel. But how do they think that Judaism should look? Does it have to have that dati feel like it does here in Jerusalem? Or is there another way to experience Judaism? I traveled to Tel Aviv to see another aspect of Judaism, Lahavdil.
Shabbat in Tel Aviv on the beach was great. It was relaxing. Just got to hang out, pretty much do whatever you wanted, and you saw all the young families doing the same with their children. It was really nice to see.
Alma is a school for Jewish and Hebrew culture. I learned more about a new kind of Friday night service led by Esteban Gottfried.
Beit Tefillah Israeli was intended, it's intended for people who they don't feel comfortable with all definitions of secular and religious, and there are many kind of shades of different in between that they didn't have, and they don't have many places to practice their Judaism. The service we have mainly in two places. One is here in Alma, that we rent the space for Shabbatot, for Friday and Saturday. And during the summer we are at the port, the Tel Aviv port. And even though there's the same service, here we have like between 80 people every Shabbat. When we go to the port, we have like between 800 and 1,000 people from the same service. And it's the difference of numbers is because when we have this kind of Kabbalat Shabbat service that combines the old and the new, the Israeli poetry with the Jewish prayer book and the traditional text, with the scenery of the nature of the seafront and the sunset, it becomes like a spiritual, religious experience for a wider spectrum of people.
Since I got here, I've had a lot of highs and lows as I work on developing my own personal spirituality. When I first got here, I was afraid spending so much time in Jerusalem would turn me too religious for my friends and family. I'd become too dati. But then after I got to Tel Aviv, I realized just how easy it is to just completely escape from any kind of religious identity. I'm glad I met Esteban and saw the work that he's doing. Perhaps the biggest lesson that I can take away from my experiences here is the importance of finding a balance. Perhaps I had it right all along. Finding the middle ground. Balancing on that flame.